Fantastic. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play series. Last time we started off doing some airports for a change. We've got this one over here. Not really doing much at the minute. There's quite a few passengers there, but we can see that there are a number of aeroplanes that are assigned to it, and most of them are making a nice little bit of money. Speaking of which, we have about 13 million in the bank. Not a massive amount of money compared to how much I'd expect to have at this stage in a Let's Play, but this one has been a little bit different with some pretty crazy mods. Now, Tedham Central still needs to be built. I went a bit crazy with that. I did a dot. Ladinghatton Airport's in, and Genfing Hills Airport. Am I just missing Tedham now? I can't remember what I was doing last time. It's been a little while since I've been actually putting out regular videos on my YouTube channel. I took a break when my baby daughter arrived, and I'm back. I'm back, and things are moving a little slower than previously, but I am indeed back. Just checking out this loop round here, making sure all the trains are flowing through it okay. Looks fine to me. I wonder if they're making any money. Probably not, actually. Yeah, look at that. No. It's just there's just not enough passengers coming around on the loop at the minute. That's fine. That's fine. Let's have a look at our overall operating profit. It has dipped slightly over the last few years, but that's okay. We're still up there making the money. Our money is increasing, and that's the important thing. So let's have a look here at the not that one, at the world map. There we go, world map. Brilliant. Put that there. Fantastic. Right. And let's do trains, I think. Turn off the town names. And there we go. We've got a better idea of what's going on now. So we've got our freight network, which is still going pretty good. We've got a couple of really good main lines, a bit of more of a network there. We've got 3 new stations in the north. We're going to make an independent northern network over the next year or so, and try and connect it up to Tedham and the 3 sister cities down here. The triplets, you might call them. Can I delete these houses? Because that would be helpful in the construction of these airports. There we go. Now, how long are these airports? They are 11 long. Oh my goodness. How long are we at the moment? We are 8. So we need a couple extra on the side of there. Well, let's start the northern network then. I say northern, it's the Northwestern Railway. So we'll call it the Great Northwestern Railway or something. I'm not sure. First thing to do would be to link up all the airports if we can. Now, I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this very easily, because if we go into the game settings and we look at maximum station length, it's 15 tiles. Now the default is 12. I've actually increased that slightly. Having larger stations can slow your game down, so I don't like to increase it too much. Also, I think if you increase them too much, it can get a little bit like overpowered. So what did I say? It was 15. So if we go along here, that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have got 6. We could put a station on the end. Didn't mean to do that. Let's get rid of that. There we go. So let's do that. Let's put a station, train station. Here we go. We'll just put a standard passenger station in, I think. Marshalling yard? No, we don't want marshalling yard. Standard default station. We've got a train that's lost. Hang on a second, we have to deal with that first. Deal with the train that's lost. Go here. What's going on? Why are you lost? You're trying to get to Genfing Hill, which is just down here, isn't it? Yeah. Well, why are you lost? There's a perfectly good railway line there. Oh wait, there it is. There's the reason. So let's go MacLeod construction and fill that in. There we go. Put some more signals. Cracking. Every now and then I get asked why I don't use standard block signals along straight lines. There's no need for a pass signal at all, and I completely agree with that. There is no need, apart from the fact I'm lazy, and that means changing backwards and forwards between block signals and path signals, and remembering which one I'm putting where. And with the power of my computer, it doesn't really slow the game down at all, so it doesn't bother me. And there you go, that's the reason. Anyway, let's get that train station in. So, number of tracks. Well, we're working with platform length 5 at the moment, but we could do a number of tracks 6. I don't see why not, seeing as this is a massive section of railway here. Now, are we going to be going up or down? Oh, I think we ought to have one bit of rail that comes over here. So we'll keep it... We'll make it go down. We'll make it go down. We've got to have signals. We haven't got to have signals. This is going to cost us an extra piece of layout. So there we go. And what I'm thinking is that we want the trains to have the ability to go up here to this airport. So should we we'll put the station in here as well. So if I do Control X, it'll bring up transparency, make those trees transparent, make it easier to see what's going on. Let's put it there so we don't have to do any land maintenance. So if they come in one side, I want them to be able to go out and go the other way. So maybe we can trip these up together. So let's trip them together. Now this is where I design a junction as I'm thinking about it. So we've triplicated them up. Let's remove the outer one so that it goes into 2. And if I'm looking correctly, all directions should be covered. Yep, looks like all directions are covered. We could probably shrink this a little bit by doing that, taking that out of there. Yep, that's okay. And then we'll do the same here. So we'll bring it out, bring that in so that you can go there, all the way through and in, and then out that way as well. Oh, why have we got another train lost? Okay, we'll be back here in a second. Let's go find out why this train's lost. Is it just lost because the line was busy? Where are you trying to go? You're trying to go to Kenpool Steel Mill. Why are you trying to go to Kenpool Steel Mill? You've still got steel to drop off. Oh, and you came from the scrapyard. You're in the completely wrong place. How did you end up there? Oh, we've got the Daily News on Saturday, December 31st, 2050. Tycoon of the Century. Is that me? Am I Tycoon of the Century? Top companies who reached 2051. Me! We got a score of 820 this series. Not as good as previous. I think previous we actually managed to get it to the top 1000 score. But I have really enjoyed playing with these mods. Normally we would end the series right at the end of the game here, but you can click and carry on. There's nothing to stop you. We're going to finish what we're doing this episode, and we're going to continue until that northern network is sorted. That train, we're not worried about that train. Okay, back up to the northern network. Yeah. Right, where are we? We are over here. So I was designing this junction. Right, so the idea here is that we want the two lines to merge together. So I'm thinking if I just take that out, do this, and we can do that. That bridge can actually be a little bit shorter, so we will make it shorter. Can we do a tunnel for this? Let's just have a look. No, we can't do a tunnel because of the track. So to keep it small, we're going with a bridge. There we go. So if we do that, that gets... That's not right. That's not right at all. Start again, Hellish. Start again. So this is how you learn OpenTTD. And this is how you learn to do your own thing. So by somewhat trial and error. I mean, I think copying people isn't always the best way to go. So I'm thinking now that this one should have been the bridge. Like this. So I can then bring this one across to there. There we go. That's what I did wrong. Perfect. Now that is correct. Now, it's correct in terms of flow, but I need to bring the signals in. And we're going to have the signals like this on the northern network, just to confuse things. So that's going in. This is coming out. On the outs, we can put one there and there. It helps. We've got an aeroplane just turning around for no reason. Let's have a look. I'll leave the signal there, just to match the two up. Yep, I'm happy with that design. That works out okay for me. If it wasn't for the slope, we could actually have that as one smaller. But let's go over to the other station now, and I'm just going to reiterate the design. So the idea of the design here is to hide the trees, because we like trees, but we need to work. We come straight out here, here, and here. We decide which one's going to be the master line. In our case, I'm going to decide that these two are going to be the master line. So we're going to strip these back. And there we go. Put our crossover in here so that we can go from any platform to any platform on those three. We'll do the same over here. From any platform, well, not from any platform to any platform, but from any entrance to any platform. There we go. Perfect. Now, this middle one over here, this wants to be a bridge of 4. So if we remove that, put the bridge in. Bridge in. There we go. We can pull that across here like this. Bring that up. Just take that out. Now, I think I've done it a little bit different with this one, because with this one, I think I've made it so that that's the in, yeah, and this is the out here. And really on the out, you need the signals there. But we're just going to put them here, and oh, we can't put them there. That's okay, we'll just put the next one there. Or in the next available place. Let's bring this out. Signals here. It's a long way for a train to go, but it's okay, it's maglev. Right, well, that isn't perfect, but it will perfectly do. So we've got these two here. Now what I want to do is have a junction here in the middle where they can then come off down here towards this sort of direction. I'm going to try and figure out the best way for them to come through. I'm thinking maybe through this gap here, just across the top of these two lakes and then diagonally in. Or maybe just beneath that sawmill, through this sort of gap and then diagonally in. Yeah, I think that's probably best. Okay, so we want to go through the gap in this sawmill, and we don't want to go up too much land. So if we try and make this level here. There we go. This is going to be our railway line to our third airport. Now, we need to go down, don't we? Yeah, we do need to go down, so let's trim this back. There we go. So we've got a three-way junction to make. This should be quite easy, shouldn't it? Let's just bring this across here, like that. And then I think if we just diagonal up to this now... Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Perfect. So somewhere here we've got to get all these connected. A nice big triangle is probably a good way to go. So let's just get rid of, well, they won't let us get rid of any road there. I was going to say a little bit of road. So that's the closest we're going to be able to get. So let's do that, and it kind of matches up nice anyway. So again, I'm kind of making up the junction as I go along. And let's have a look at my thought process. Well, my first thought process was put this diagonal in. So let's see how that matches up in terms of signals. Okay, so let's remove that signal. So there is the input into our junction. We go into the junction, we can either go straight on, or we can turn left and go down the side road. That's fine. So we can go that any way from that direction. let's do the anyway from this direction. So if we want to turn right, we'll do that in a second. If we want to turn left, that's easy. We just do this. That is really easy. So if we come to the entrance signal, if we want to turn left, we just go that way. Perfect. If we want to turn right, we're going to have to go under here or over. And for this bit, I'm going to say under. Let's do this. Hang on a second. Got to get this right. Well, that actually might be right. Let's put the tunnel in. See how we go. So what we then have to do is probably like turn and come up. So let's just give ourself space to turn. May as well make that match that side. And there we go. We can turn right now. No, wait. Now we can. And then we go this way. And we want to be able to go forward, which we can. And we want to be able to turn right. So we want to be able to come in here. So we've got to connect this up to that somehow. I think a bridge is really the only way that we're going to be able to do that. And if we put that there and do that, I think we are good for the track. Let's put the signals in. So there's our entrance. So there's our 3 entrances into this junction. We've also got an entrance here into a mini junction that leads out of the main junction. So we put a signal there. Same situation here. We've got a mini junction that leads out of the main junction. So we put a signal there and a signal there that lead into the mini junction. And then we should also have one there. And also here, we've got a mini junction that leads out of the main junction. And we should put a signal going into the entrances of those mini junctions. Now what we can do is just add a couple of extra signals in. There's now one under the bridge you can't see very well. There we go, there's another one there. Do a couple down here. Now I think because the bridge is in a way, we'll pop one there on the end. It'd be nice to be able to put signals on bridges like you can in Transport V, but never mind. I think down here we could have a train stored, so that's good. Now, how big to make this junction? This junction needs to be big enough so that if you have a train waiting here at this signal, on this diagonal, it is longer than your current train length. And we're using length 5 trains. So you can see a length 5 train can sit here, but the next train, if it wants to go straight on, is not being blocked. And that's perfectly fine. That all works lovely. So there we go. We've put 2 stations in and got a junction in. A good start to the northern network there. So let's just go down here and put our next station in. Now, we're going to have to put it on the end here, I think. Because what's maximum station spread is, was it 15? I mean, we could try and put it on the end. The only problem is it would only be a 4 wide station. To be honest, I'm happy with that. A 4 wide station. Like this. Oh, the local authority refused to allow it. Oh, why so? Just because I destroyed half the countryside with a great big airport. Well, let's make the countryside beautiful again with trees. There we go. Now, what do you think of me now? Local authority. Ah, mediocre. Or as I say, medium. As we're medium, let's put the station in. There it is. We're going to do a similar thing here. We're going to have a main line coming out. Now, I had to put an extra bit of track in on the other one. Because it was a triple. These ones are just straightforward doubles. So I've built lots of these sorts of stations. What do you call them? Junctions. I've built these before. So B for bridge. Put the biggest, fastest bridge in we can. Under the bridge. And then there we go. Sorted. In our network, this is the entrance. That is the exit. We can put exit signals here and skip that one if we want, but we won't. Now we need to get out of here. Now I'm wondering if they'll let us delete these bits of road. They won't. Brilliant. But we can delete this river without them complaining. There we are. They can redirect that river, put it in a tunnel under the city for all I care. Now we do need to go slightly diagonal, but going diagonal over rough terrain is not easy, and we've got to match it up here with this. So, as this is one of the main core lines, we're going to do some big digging. Look at that, it's costing a lot of money. But we're coming back down the other side of the hill now. There, so that's really our target. So I think if we aim to come up past here with our line to meet this one, I think that's a good way of going about it. Yep, certainly looks like it. In fact, we may as well lay that line. There is a small height change here of 1. No, wait, there of 1, but that's okay. Changes of 1 are fine. What we could do actually, instead of destroying this river, we can bring that land out just a little bit and then put an extra long bridge in just to drop us down there. Now that bridge is only length, let's have a look, it's length 8. It's not much longer than the length of a train, so it's not going to slow our network down much. Let's expand that up to here. Sneak past this building, this industry, I don't know what it is. Really enjoy using the FURS mod, but I don't know if we'll be using it next series. I have decided what I'm doing next series, and I haven't announced it yet, but I will probably talk about it in Hellish News, so watch out for my Hellish News episodes. It's a textile mill. Hellish News episodes are a brilliant way to find out what's going on my channel. I had somebody say recently, "Oh, it's good to see OpenTTD. You know, you haven't done many in a while," and then I was like, "Well, check out Hellish News, and you'll know exactly what I've been up to and why I haven't put a video out." There we go. So we've got two diagonals here. Looks like they're not going to quite meet up, and there's not a lot we can do about that. I don't know what height they're at. What's the height difference? -50, so we do have to go down. We've got a lost train again. Let's just check this. Is it just lost because it went to a depot and got confused again? Yes, it did. And it has to go into the station to find a new route. I don't know. World map. There. That's the quicker way to move around the screen, is to use the world map. Very rarely use the world map. I don't know why. Right, so we've got a small bit of hill here. So let's hold control to do this diagonally. I say diagonally, it's not really diagonally, is it? Because, oops. Well, I misclicked that. I did a dock. There we go. For those of you who don't know, doing a dock is where you build big pieces of land by accident. He did it once in one of my viewers, in one of my viewers' games. Oh, what a mess it was. What a mess. Right, so if we come up here, there's our little kink. And we are connected up. So the only thing left to do now is actually to put all the signals on this. So we've got signals in this segment. We need signals over here. So I'm going to hold control and just drag those path signals all the way along. Don't want a signal at the exit of a junction. We need to keep the exits of the junctions clear. We'll do the same along here, all the way along. And then all the way along there. So that has dragged them all down here to here. May as well take out that one. We don't need those two that close. And we are nearly done. We just need to get some depots in. Now, for me, when you're doing these sorts of junctions, you could put a depot here and here. Now, I can't put one there because of the airport, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put them on the entrance there and the exit there and on the stations. Okay, to give the trains plenty of options of depots. Now, that over here translates to something like this. So we've got one before the entrance signal, one after the entrance block, and then we'll put one here and one here. Now, if we're doing it like this, if you're putting the depots here and not just on the main line, there's something extra you have to do. Now, the depot's automatically connected itself up to this far platform, but it's not connected to the middle platform. There is a piece of track missing here. There's also a piece of track missing there as well, actually, that should have been in all along. And there. Oh my goodness, is that a mistake that I made on all of these? Let's have a look. Yes. I didn't do it there either. My goodness. It's a good job I came through these to check. Anyway, like I was saying, depots on the end means we just need this extra bit of track there. and I'm also going to put depots on the exits here and here. Just checking for 90-degree turns, there aren't any. And all the way down here is done. The last thing I'm going to do is actually put a depot stop outside over here. Now, because we've got plenty of space to work with, we're going to do a proper depot stop. So for me, a proper depot stop exits the main line in one block, goes past another block, and enters the main line in a third block. So you can see here, if I just get rid of that bit, we're exiting in this block, we're going straight through this block, and then we're entering in this block here. I'll just fix that. There we go. And all we need to do is put a depot there and a depot there. Now ideally, this piece of track here needs to be long enough for a train to kind of wait for another train to exit. Exiting's okay, but entering needs to be sorted out. So let's just move that along a little bit. So we want at least 4 there, so we want them here. So depot, there we go. Do the same on this side. No, not quite, wants to be there, I think. Let's do the measuring. Length 5, brilliant. It can be where I had it. There is enough room. There we go, enough room. And the last thing we need to do is remove these 2 signals, because they're kind of the exits of the junctions, and put our junction entrance signals in. So I'm going to actually just remove the ones that are in the block as well, and replace them with the proper signals. So there we go. I don't know if you need these signals where the depots are, but I'm going to put them in anyway, and we'll add those extra signals there. We can put these signals up to the edges of the junctions a little bit, just move them along, and there is our nice little proper little junction block. If you've got more complicated things, you can probably do it better with waiting lanes and so forth, but to be honest, that should do for our network. Well, the last thing to do today is put some trains on it, and I don't want to go completely crazy. We only want a few. So let's get a couple here. Actually, let's delete one of those because we can change the orders. In fact, let's put them all here. Let's put all 3 in. So we're going to go, one of the trains we want to go between these 2 stations, like this. Or one of the trains we want to go between these 2 stations, like this. And the other train we want to go in these 2 stations. A big fat triangle with dedicated trains. There we go. So they're all going backwards and forwards. Now what I'm thinking is, because this top one up here is quite short, we'll only have one do that route, which I think was train 25, wasn't it? So it's going from Ranfield, which is down here, to Something Bridge, which is up there. So we only want the one train doing that bit. There we go. But the other section for the other 2 trains is a long journey. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold control and clone them so that they've got some clones, and send them out. So that'll do. Cracking. Well, we can hold tab a little bit for all those trains to come shooting out the depot and fly along our little network here. If we bring up the map, hit trains, we'll be able to see them moving around the network on the world map. And there we go. You can see the little red lines snaking along on our new northern network. Now this is going to form the core of our northern network, but we are going to put some other things in around it as well. But that is going to be all for now. We've got a few more episodes going of OpenTTD Series 4 until we look at doing Series 5. I am really excited for Series 5. I enjoyed 1 because it's my first one. 2 went quite well. 3 was rather different. 3.5 was interesting. 4 has been a challenge, and 5 is going to be both a challenge, interactive, and very interesting. If you want to know more about me and what I do head out to masterhellish.net. There's lots of different pieces of information there's an FAQ about me and things like that, but more importantly, there's my social media. Get onto my social media. Yet to find out when I'm doing videos, when I'm having breaks, when I'm doing events. Those are the big things that people tend to miss, the events. Of course, live streams and other things as well. You've got your option of Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Reddit, Blogger, and Google+. So take your pick, pop on there, get signed up, and then you'll be able to follow exactly what's going on. Well, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and until I see you next time, remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.